We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Positive Vibes. I have here with me Onna Bugeisha, and I have some great executives of Onna Bugeisha. And first, I'll start with Dr. Holyfield. Then we'll go down the line with Agent in Charge, and then we'll go down the line with Agent Marcella. So, Dr. Holyfield, tell us how Onna Bugeisha came about.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me and having some of the members of the team. Onna Bugeisha was born out of the need for having an all-female executive protection team because I've been in this business quite a few years and I have not seen an all-exclusive or inclusive female executive protection team out there. I've seen some females kind of scattered working with different male teams, but not a full female team. So the whole idea of an executive protection female team was birthed out of the need for such a team. And that's how it came about. Onna Bugeisha, by the way, meaning warriors, okay, meaning protectors. It comes from feudal Japan back in the era of the samurai warriors. The samurai warriors had a female counterpart, the Onna Bugeisha, okay, who were the female warriors and protectors during that era. And that's how the name Onna Bugeisha came about as well.
Wow, that's exciting. So, what makes Onna Bugeisha different from all the other executive protection or security agencies out there? What's the difference for those who don't know?
Well, the difference, number one, again, it's an all-female team, and female agents bring very unique qualities and very unique skill sets to the business of executive protection. Number one, females are very intuitive and they have what we call premonition and discernment. And this is something that females are born with. You know, us males, we do not have that, or at least not on a natural level, or not on the natural level as much as a female does. And what that means is that female agents are able to sense danger. They're able to sense when something's not right, okay, which is very, very important in executive protection because, again, we need to know what's going on within our environment when we're working with a client. Okay, we have to have that search radar going constantly. And with that discernment that female agents bring to the executive security field, it really is advantageous. It gives us an edge, all right, to sense danger before it actually even happens. So that's a major benefit. The other benefit is that female agents are able to go into areas that may be difficult for male agents to go into. If they're protecting a female agent and the female agent has to go, let's say, to a restroom, okay, then the female agents can accompany her to the restroom. They can make sure that she's safe, that she's sound, and that nothing dangerous happens, you know, while she's in the restroom, let's say coming under attack or something like that. So again, they're uniquely qualified.
Awesome. Now let's go down to the chain of commands. I see we have agent in charge, Wanda Turner. We're going to go over to Wanda Turner right now. Agent Wanda Turner, excuse me. With you being the agent in charge, tell them what agent in charge means and what do you do with the in the executive protection business.
Well, what I do is actually assistant director, Dr. Holyfield. I work with the other agents to ensure that we are all in compliance. And I think it's a wonderful thing working with all the ladies and ensuring that we're all up to par in our training. So pretty much I assist the director.
And tell me about the background of the agents that you there in Onna Bugeisha.
Well, we all have different unique backgrounds. And we bring a lot to the table in that. And that just makes Onna Bugeisha so special and so different because we have different backgrounds and we come from all walks of life. and we bring our experience and our education to the circle, which makes us stand out from all the rest.
And as I was doing my research, I see that Onna Bugeisha is very diverse as well. And you have agents that are all across the world. And so, with that said, with the women in power right now in this day and age, I can see Onna Bugeisha doing great things for the women in power today. Where do you see Onna Bugeisha in the future? Where do you see them in the future?
Oh, I see them doing a lot of great things. It's not, I have never seen an all women's female executive protection team ever anywhere. And because women are now being recognized and empowered by what we can do now, it actually brings to light who we are and what we do. And I think it's a great thing that the director, Dr. Holyfield, has created this team so that we can bring to light what it is we can do and show the world that we too are empowered to ensure the safety of all those we protect.
Awesome. Now, as far as your background being the agent in charge, what's your background?
Well, I have 24 years in law enforcement. I started off, to be honest with you, I used to be a psych nurse. I started off in nursing because my mom was a nurse, my dad was in law enforcement. I didn't know as a child which way I wanted to go. So I tried nursing and I realized that wasn't what I wanted. So I decided to go into law enforcement. And so I originally am from Los Angeles, California. So when I moved out here, I decided to venture into that area. And I started off as a security guard and went into corrections, went into policing. And then I went to investigations, became a deputy sheriff. And I decided I wanted to give back by teaching others and maybe being able to catch them before they make critical decisions that could cause them to mess their life up for the rest of their lives. So I decided I wanted to teach. So I was also a police instructor, then went into the school system and began to teach on public safety for the schools. And then I decided that I wanted to actually create my own business. So I started my own security company / training academy and PI company. So a total of about 24 years in law enforcement experience.
Absolutely wonderful. So what's the difference between a security officer and an executive protection specialist?
Well, executive protection specialists can do one-on-one security with their clients. A security guard is only confined to that specific job geared for his particular detail. So he is not allowed to do executive protection because has to be licensed through the Secretary of State's office in order to acquire a detail like that.
Awesome. Awesome. So as far as if someone wanted to be if somebody wanted to be an executive protection specialist, what avenues do they have to go through in order to be one? What are some of the things? I'm assuming that, one could not have a criminal background. What do they need to do? What are some of the key points they need to do? They need to have as far as if they wanted to be a female executive?
If they want to come on board and become a female executive protection, the first thing that we need to do is actually get their 70 hours of training with the private investigation piece. They would have to get their a blue card up under whatever company that they choose to work up under. And in addition to that, they still would need to get their training in executive protection as well. But in order to get their card, they would need to actually get their private investigation license through the Secretary of State's office of their state.
So we're talking total about maybe like 400 to 500 hours of training time, and that's not to include that's not even including the training on the on the field and training as far as like guns and things like that, CPR and all those other things. That's not even including that. Is that correct?
Well, that just depends on what particular training academy that they go through. Some are more extensive than others, but again, the hours would basically depend on the particular training academy they choose to go to. But
Amazing.
the more training, the better, because it will get them equipped to what they need to do within their detail.
And also, I guess with technology and with things changing in America, you know, there's things that have to be added on every year as far as like, you know, keeping your training up to date. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Every year they will have to continue education and their training through the Secretary of State's in order to keep up their license. Absolutely.
Amazing. We get Doc back in here. Hey, Doc, you back in here. Hey, Doc. So, Doc, tell me about Onna Bugeisha. How many do some of them speak different languages?
Yes, yes. Some are bilingual, which is certainly an asset because we do come in contact with with different people throughout the United States and around the world that speak different languages. So when you have members on the team that are bilingual, it kind of helps us to navigate, through the language barriers.
Amazing. And what is needed for traveling for the team to travel in and around in and around the world? Are they willing to travel international, or is it just local?
Absolutely. One of the requirements that we have of our agents is that they all have passports. They all have current passports. Okay, because again, international travel is a part of what we do. Okay, and of course, traveling within the United States as well, throughout all 50 states. So wherever our clients travel throughout the world or around the United States, we have to be able to do that as well. So that's simply part of the requirements of becoming an executive protection specialist.
Amazing. And it is, in my understanding, they all came through the Phalanx Training Academy. Not all of them, but I guess the majority of them came under the Phalanx Training Academy. Tell me about that, and
Well,
also I'll get back to one with Class Act.
I think it's important to note that this particular team falls under the umbrella, if you will, of our own security company. Now, this security company is Class Act Security and Protection Services. I'll let Chief Turner speak more on that. But it is a fully licensed and registered security and private investigations company. And the Phalanx Training Academy works in association with Class Act. So that being said, we are a full service type of a company, okay? We can train all of our agents in everything that falls under security, whether it be executive protection, security guard, armed, unarmed, all of the firearms training, emergency TAC first aid, everything that falls under that umbrella dealing with security, we can handle. Chief Turner, you want to add to that?
There's a question from a gentleman in Texas that just came up on the screen. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes. Do you branch out?
And actually, I know this gentleman here. So he's asking that question.
Other companies for joint ventures in other cities. We would be open to that. I think we would be open to that. We would just have to discuss that. We'd have to discuss it and see what the ins and outs of that would be. But we'd certainly be open to working with other companies. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How many are on the team?
Currently, right now, we have approximately 15 agents on the team, and all coming from various backgrounds, be it law enforcement, military, security, martial art instructors, fitness instructors. So again, they're all bringing something new, okay? They're all bringing a specific skill set, okay, to the team, but approximately about 15 agents.
And what's the age range of your agents?
Age range. I would have to say 21 on up. Just let's say 21 plus.
21 plus. Okay, now I want to get one on here to Chief Turner to talk about the Class Act securities real quick. As soon as she comes over, as soon as it moves over. One is get on over here since it's not letting you move over. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So tell us about Class Act Securities and all the things that Class Act Security does, because I think that, and I've heard this and I've seen this, a lot of people get it mixed up with failings and being a security company, and we don't want them to get this mixed up anymore. So let's set the record straight here as to how we do business.
Okay, so Dr. Holyfield is my business partner in Class Act Security Protection. Phalanx is a training academy that is owned and operated by Dr. Holyfield. And so what we did, we decided to cooperate both of our businesses together to work in sync with one another. My company, Class Act Security Protection and Training Academy, is not only a security guard company, but it's also a training academy as well, to where we can train all of our incoming officers, in addition to those that want additional training in other areas. In addition to that, we are also a private investigation company. So Dr. Holyfield and myself has cooperated his training academy along with my training academy, just to bring to light and to be able to service all of the incoming students that we get. So that's what we do.
Amazing. One more question I have. Now there is, because you're a security agency, why is it that a lot of churches and organizations fail when it comes to security? Do they have an attitude that it won't happen to me type of thing? And that's why a lot of things have fallen when it comes to like mass shootings and those type of things. Why are they not taking these things seriously?
Well, one issue is they don't have the training. That's one issue. Another issue is we have a lot of bootleg, or what we call bootleg companies, who operate as a security company, but are not licensed or trained as a security company. And in some companies, because they want to cut costs, actually use these companies that are not licensed and insured, and thus cause a liability to themselves. And that's a big, big, big issue. So that's why a lot of these. Excuse me?
No, go ahead, Chief Turner.
Oh, okay. And that's why a lot of these different agencies or different companies fail, because they're not in compliance with their own state and rules and laws as it relates to training.
Here's another question from Mr. Dillard in Texas.
Yeah, Dylan Ruth, who walked into the church, and of course that made national news as he sat in on a prayer service, and at the end of that began shooting and killing everyone. All right, I think the problem with a lot of churches over the years is the mindset that we'll be okay, we'll put it in God's hands, and we're going to be okay. But I think time and time again, it's been shown, yes, God will protect us, but Satan has a job to do as well. And Satan is out there to kill, steal, and destroy, right? I think Proverbs 22:3 says it best, that a prudent person foresees danger and takes precaution, while the simpleton goes forward and suffers the consequences. And when you look at a scripture like that, it simply tells you that we need to be prepared. The prudent person,
Absolutely.
the wise person, takes precautions, while the simpleton goes forward and suffers the consequences. Proverbs, again,
Absolutely.
22:3. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're being proactive. Okay. And churches, more and more churches I'm finding are starting to come forward training to beef up their own in-house security teams, if you will, okay, so that they are safe and sound in their sanctuaries.
There's a question up on here,
which is,
from,
and it's another form of.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead.
Say again.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Going to say that is another course. That is another course of training that we offer, is church security as well.
And there's a question from Will Dillard again on there.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'll take his information down. I've got his email there, and I'll I'll get in contact with Mr. Dillard.
Okay, and we're
Absolutely.
going to have Agent Marcella come up next. Are you ready, Agent Marcella?
How about what is
I'm good.
Agent Ghost?
Good to be with you, Tracy.
I'm getting you on here right now.
Good to be with you, Tracy.
It's good to see you, Agent. So tell us, as an EP, I know that you've done a lot of work. How do you like being an EP and also being a part of this female executive protection team?
Well, I am long in security business, and this is something very exciting that makes your work actually more enjoyable. Being a part of highly qualified, highly trained, all female agents, and going out there in the world with a special assignments that are not just, you know, the guy asked you to walk him from the car here, but they're more complex, and your clientele is more interesting.
Well, Agent, you sound like you have an accent. So which languages do you speak?
Oh, yes, I do have an accent. I originally come from Serbia, um, so I do speak Serbian and around Balkanian languages, right? Associated with that one. No matter I live in New York for almost 10 years, I still kept my accent, yes. Beside that one, I am still learning Spanish because we do believe that we have to always improve our knowledge in security, in daily new, um, how can I say, daily new um, challenges that we are facing in this industry. But beside that, as like reading a new books, learning new languages, new skills, and being highly disciplined in the training that we do.
So tell me, Agent Marcella, as an agent, I know you've done some work. How is it that when you do work and you're with a female, you're doing you're just the person that you're protecting is a female. How safe is it that she feels with you? You pretty much have some camaraderie there because you're a female. She feels like she's trusted in you because you're a female, and when she goes to the bathroom, tell us how important it is when a client tells you how happy she is to have a female that's protecting her.
Well, I'll tell you from experience that a 99%, or I can say 100%, female clients are actually thrilled that they have a female beside them instead of big guy that is noticeable, right, in their surroundings. For example, if you have a VIP client that has a daughter that is going on a date or something like you want to blend in, and she's gonna feel more free in her daily routine or wherever she is doing if she has a blend-in female next to her, feeling safe instead of having a high profile men's security that used to be a practice till recently. So even the moms of the younger children that are assigned to have an agent to escort them even to go to school or to some event, they're more comfortable even with the younger with the youth, giving them in the hands of a female than with a guy, and especially because it's less noticeable that you are less eyes on you.
Awesome. That's amazing. So then tell me this then. And I don't want to put everything out there. I know it's kind of private information, but have you ever done security at a church or any type of organization that was, religious?
No, I haven't done church security as a job, but I will tell you one thing. Why is that so fragile? Because when we go to church, we go in our sanctuary, we go to pray, we go somewhere we feel safe. And a regular person that day does not feel anything bad can happen there because people in the church go to pray with us. What we
Mhm.
do, we bow our heads down, makes us fully vulnerable. So the people going to church, church does not have metal detectors or like a high security around it. So you actually go on your Sunday, you know, uh, prayer without even thinking there might be any danger at all. That makes church really vulnerable place. And that's why in recent days, in the recent threats that you have seen in news and everywhere else, that amount of info I can give you, it's more and more secure places like that.
Amazing. Well, Agent Marcella, thank you so much, and for your, for what you've given us in regarding being a female agent out there in the world of this craziness. We look forward to seeing you out there doing your work. We won't see you, but may God continue to bless you, keep you safe, and all with Onna Bugeisha.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Okay, back to you, Doc.
Yeah. That was some very good points. That Ghost. Her code name, by the way, is Ghost. Okay. All of the agents on the team have code names. Okay, and hers is Ghost because she's invisible. Okay, you won't see her until it's time.
Awesome.
But no, that was she spoke very well on that. And in the business, we call that, when you're not adequately protected, soft targets in the business. And unfortunately, there's churches out there, because of the mindset again, okay, and because there's little to no security. These are soft targets. They're not hardened. They're not protected with security, so they're open to attack. So again, more and more churches are starting to come on board with hardening their security profile.
And you know what, Doc? We haven't even touched down on all women's colleges and schools and things like that. I haven't heard that I haven't seen or heard about security for all women's, schools and things like that. I mean, there's still those schools out there that are they're all women's schools. I know I've been to a couple, but they had male security. Now, I know if I had a daughter going to an all female school, I know that I would be more happier if there were females that were at the school. Say for instance, if your daughter has to go to the bathroom or something like that, and you have Jim, who's the security guard at an all-female team, then you're looking at different suits that can be found. So being an all-female or all-female executive protection team, there's so many benefits. You can be at their nursing homes, you can be at the all-women's NBA games, you can be at the all-women's schools, the Girl Scouts, because those are getting larger as well. And, speaking of Girl Scouts, it's coming around that time where the little girls are going to be out there selling cookies. It would be a great opportunity for, Onna Bugeisha to be a part of the Girl Scouts, crew, because, you can protect the little girls out there selling cookies at numerous stores. I hardly ever see a security agent out there protecting those little girls.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, and I think a team like Onna Bugeisha, this is a team that could certainly, in the future, fill those types of voids. Okay, all female schools and things of this nature, where you have female officers or female agents, that are actually guarding the other females. And again, females feel more comfortable around females. Okay. Right now, I think since we've had school shootings has really kind of raised its head. Security in general has been beefed up at most of all of your schools around the country because of these mass shootings at schools. And you have your school, what we call the school resource officers, that are actually on the campus grounds. And usually there's maybe around 2 of them there. Okay. But certainly, I believe there's room for more female officers. Okay. Whether they be female resource officers or whether they come from our academy, this is certainly a void that can be filled. And I'm quite sure as time goes on, we'll be able to fill some of those voids.
Absolutely. Is there anything now we're coming towards it's Valentine's Day season, not that Valentine's Day season, but Valentine's Day is coming up, and there's going to be a lot of women that are going to be out and about and buying and purchasing things like that. What can we do as a female organization, a female executive protection team, do during this season to make sure that malls, they're going to be filled with women getting their goods and things like that? how can Onna Bugeisha be that protector for the malls and for females going to and from their cars?
Well, keep in mind, Onna Bugeisha is it's a very exclusive type of a team. They work for very high profile clients. They protect high profile assets. And it's a very exclusive type of a team. They're not your general everyday security guards, if you will. Okay. They are at a completely different level as to who they protect and how they do it and the skill set that they bring to the table. I think when you're talking a lot of females being out around Valentine's Day and a lot of the females being out there shopping, I think from an individual standpoint, I just think everyone has to operate in what we call environmental awareness or situational awareness. Be aware, protect yourself, become your own personal security in a sense. Use that search radar, that situational awareness, and be very aware with and in tune with your surroundings. When you come out of that mall, when you get out of your car, you're constantly aware of everything around you. When you come out of that mall, same thing. When you approach your car, you're looking around your car, you're looking inside your car, you're looking maybe up under your car. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your environment that you walk in and operate in is safe for you. And we should do that 24/7, 365. You know, when you step out of your house to go to work, you step out of your house to go shopping, do not become complacent in your everyday movements, okay? Always search and be aware of what's going on around you, okay? That's probably one of the best things that we can do for ourselves, you know?
Now, sounds like you have a lot. I know you sounds like you have a lot of knowledge regarding women and their surroundings and self-defense. Is there an opportunity for Onna Bugeisha to speak at colleges, schools, or organizations, even at airports or what have you, to speak to people in regarding self-defense and things like that, as far as women are concerned, in group settings? Even we're talking seniors.
Absolutely. And we're very much welcome to doing speaking engagements. Understand that Onna Bugeisha has been under the radar for quite some time. The team has been going through special training. The team is just now this year coming out into the public. Okay, we've been around for a while, but we have not actually come out into the public as we're doing on your show now. Okay, you might even say this is one of Georgia's best kept secrets. Okay, but now we're coming out, to the general public and to the world, nationally and internationally. Okay, to let you know that yes, there is an all-female executive protection team out there, and we are wide open to doing speaking engagements, speaking at different groups, and operating out there doing what we do best, and that is protecting people.
What about movies? What about movies? I mean, I know there's John Wick, there's John Wick, and there's all those other things, but we've never seen this in movies.
I think with this particular team, it's a very unique team. It's certainly something like you have never seen before when they really come out. And I'm quite sure that they are going to get quite a lot of attention. I'm quite sure they're going to get a lot of publicity. And I'm quite sure that there may be directors down the line that may approach us with doing a movie project on a team such as this. Okay, because it is very unique and it is something that will garner a lot of attention, and we are prepared for that. Okay, so let's see what happens.
Amazing. I'm going to get agent in charge here for a couple of seconds. She's sitting back, but I want her to go to sleep on us. I know she's not though. So, agent in charge. Now that I have you there, you thought you was going to get away, right? It's not like that. So, the question I have for you is, with this year, there's been a lot of women that have, there's a lot of women that have been trafficked, you know what I mean? A lot of women that have been sexually abused. A lot of women, this year, it's like about 15, it's really high, it's a high percentage of women that have been kidnapped. How can Onna Bugeisha impact the world with these things that are happening? And also, is there a possibility that agents can go on, can do security on an individual basis?
Okay. First of all, I think training, 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 and more training. Um, I think Onna Bugeisha is a special group. And with all of our agents, we ensure that they are the right fit for the team, first of all. They have to be in the right mind frame to be a part of this team. So it's not like we're just recruiting just anybody, but they have to be able to fit. Training is the most important thing that we as Onna Bugeisha team must do to ensure that we are able to get out there and protect those who call upon us. Yes, there's a lot of trafficking, a lot of women disappearing, a lot of children disappearing. And if they call on us, we can ensure their safety. And the only way we can do that is by the training and through the training that we receive through Onna Bugeisha. And I think that we can make a big impact because we are a female team, number one, and we are willing to provide this protection to all those who call upon us. And once the world see who we are, female team, what we can do as a female team, then I believe that in itself will cause a humongous impact on society. Because society is going to say, hey, they're females, but they are not just females, but they are very well trained and they are in a position to be able to protect those who call upon us, just like males, just like the male EPs. But the only difference is we're female EPs, and we will make a great impact on society just by the mere fact that we're females and well trained to be able to provide the protection that people who call on us need.
Awesomely said, Agent in charge, Agent Wanda. Awesomely said. Thank you so much. And Doc or Agent Marcella, any questions or anything you want to speak about regarding the being the first executive female team before we get ready to get out of here? I know you guys are busy people. Those are bringing off the hooks. We don't want to hold it long.
Well,
yeah, I want to piggyback. I want to piggyback off of something that Chief Turner said. Code name Black Lightning, by the way. This is a very unique and it's a very remarkable team. Think of, there's a movie that came out a while back called Colombiana. So for those listeners out there that have ever seen that movie, just think of a team of Colombianas. And also the movie The Expendables. Okay, it was an all-male. Special op type team. Well, just think of a team like that, but only all females. Okay, so they're really hardcore. You know, there's a soft side to them, and there is a hard and aggressive side to them, like the yin yang. Okay, and it's blended very well together. Okay, so the world has something to certainly look out for and look forward to.
And are you and I understand that you have a males team too. You have a males group. When is the next training for the males, and how, if there's a male out there that wants to be a part of the Failings Training Academy, how would they get how would they get in contact? We have the website out there. What do they need to do in order to be a part of the males group that's coming up in March, the males training?
Roger that. For the guys out there, for the guys out there that's interested in executive protection, and again, we turn out some of the best agents in the United States, in the country, and worldwide. Our next training is set for February 1st through the 4th. Now, this training is divided into two phases: online training and on-site training. Okay. So the online training, and that was due to the COVID-19, we switched over to the online. The online training begins Monday, I believe, February 1st through the 4th. There's 4 days of online training. And then in March, at the end of March, we will have the hands-on training, okay? And for those that are interested, they can contact, go to our website, www.phalanx, PHALANX, as in X-ray, TA.com, phalanxta.com, and go to our website and then take a look at us. And then you can contact me directly from the website and I can give you more details on exactly where we're going to conduct that training. But that is for the males, February 1st through the 4th, online training. And then March, the end of March, I'll give those dates out later. Should you register, I'll give out the rest of that information for the online training. I can tell you right now, we have approximately 30 male students that will be attending that class. It's a very popular class, and we get a lot of students that try to get in on this particular training because of the high quality of training that we offer. So if you're interested, you're going to need to come in now and get registered for that before that class starts.
Like I'm messing around with the state. That what should be showing up there.
Okay, that's good. And you might want to, Chief Turner, let's have Chief Turner again, and with the training that she offers as well over at Class Act, maybe you can put her information up as well.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get this other thing off of here. It's not doing it. Hold on. I know this thing's going, oh, there we go.
If we can get the Class Act website put up, and then those females that are interested in joining this team can contact Chief Turner directly.
Okay. And what I'll do is when I'll make sure we get all that put up there. I'll put it all up there when I convert it. So what we're going to do here, then we know that there's when the next female. What is the next female enrollment? Should I say?
Oh, for the females?
Yes.
Well, the females for the online portion, females can also register for this online executive protection certification part, phase 1. They can also register for the upcoming class starting February 1st through the 4th. Okay, because with that, I'll get all male and female students is fine. I can get them all in the classroom because the training online is the same for all of our agents. Okay, whether they're male or female, it is the same course curriculum. The difference comes in when they come to the on-site training. Our females are trained differently. They're trained separately from the male agents. Okay, and those dates will be put out later after the online training. We'll give you those dates on when the hands-on on-site training will be.
This classactsecurity.com, is that correct?
The website is classactsecurityprotection.com.
Okay, let me make sure I had it right before I put it up there. Sorry about that.
I would like to add something to the training.
Okay.
No matter that in a phalanx, female and male clients are trained separately, don't underestimate that the females have less or easier training. Females are not scared at all.
That's a very,
I'm sorry.
that's a very good, that was a very good point. That was a very good point. That was a very good point that Ghost made. There goes.
You want me to repeat it?
Yes.
So no matter that on a phalanx, males on hands-on training, males are going to be trained separately from females. Don't assume that the females are trained less or easier. The training is same level, high and complicated and complex. So what you need to do as a male, be ready if you're a female to do exactly the same thing. You won't be spared because you're job is equally um, it has equal need to have really ready agents, like really prepared agents. No matter you're female, you will have to have highest training possible.
Thank you. And doc, in regarding training and physical, what type of physical training should a female be in? What type of training? What type of physical being should she be in order to be a female executive protection specialist?
Well, we ask that,
Of course, not in a wheelchair, right?
yeah, anyone that comes to our training for executive protection, whether it be male or female, as Ghost so eloquently put it, you should ensure that you are in reasonably good physical condition. And I say reasonably because we have people that come to our training from all walks of life, from all ages, and whatnot. Okay. So before you come to our training, you should start working out. You should start running. You should start doing your push-ups and your sit-ups, because there is a very demanding physical fitness evaluation that we do. And our training, when you come to on-site training, do not get it twisted, as they say. The training is every day is at a very high level of training, real world type scenarios. We will put the students into teams, and the teams will compete against each other during training. We're out there in the city. We're in convoy, moving in convoy radio communications or go. Attack teams are ready to attack. I mean, there's a lot of different layers, okay, and dynamics to this training, so that it kind of puts you right there in the action, okay, and that's the way we want it. So you should prepare mentally and physically before you come to the training, okay? And again, there's no slacking. We have run this academy on very high standards of performance ethics, and also personal ethics as well, and our high standard of ethics. All right. So when you come, honesty, integrity, professionalism, everything is in effect. Okay. And we hold you to those standards. Breaking any
Now,
of
you
those
know, it's always,
standards.
I'm sorry, go
Say
ahead,
again?
Doc.
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
breaking any of
I'm
those
sorry.
standards during training can result in immediate dismissal from the training.
I understand, Roger, that. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that I was able to see some of the ladies and the agents and as they were doing their training, and to see a room full of 11 to 15 women getting along and doing things in unison. It was like a woven carpet, and it was smooth, transitional. Everybody was on guard and watching each other. It was a beautiful thing to see. Very beautiful thing to be a part of. That's
Absolutely.
what teamwork is. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Well, ladies, Doc, do you have any tidbits that you want to give out there to anybody that's out there in this world that's looking for a team to secure their buildings, organizations, or even their schools? What do you want to say to them? What do they need to do? We hear it from the professional himself.
Contact us. Contact us. I see you have the websites scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So those of you that are viewing this broadcast, again, write down those websites, get in contact with us directly. Let's talk about training. Let's talk about, if you're interested in becoming part of this very unique team. For the ladies, definitely give us a call. For you guys out there that are looking for some serious training, looking to transition into something different, we can get you trained, we can get you certified, especially if you're here in the state of Georgia, where we operate from. That's what we do. We're a full service training academy. We are licensed state board certified instructors. So we can get you trained, we can get you certified, we can get you licensed to get out there and do what we do.
And if they're trained in Georgia, can they go anywhere in the anywhere in the world?
Well, here with the, again, and that's all covered in the training as far as working across state lines. I don't want to get too deep into that, but but the licensing board does have there are some new rules that came out that will allow our agents or our licensed PIs to work in several states on their PI license. Okay, and again, all of that is covered in the way that we move outside of the state and the neighboring states and states throughout the United States. All of that is covered in the course on how we move and how we operate in those states legally and professionally.
Awesome. It's awesome work. And I could see, and this is just a vision that I'm seeing. I can see, the Onna Bugeisha being a part of some of the airlines, because there's a lot of male agents that are on the airlines, and a lot of females travel. Males don't travel as much as females, so I can see them doing that as well. Is that something you'd be up to for some private airlines?
Oh, absolutely. Again, all the doors are open. It just takes a phone call and some communications, and we'll see what we can work out.
Sounds great. Agent in charge, do you have anything to say for the females that are wanting to make a change in their careers? And
well, I would advise them to come and check us out and see if this is something that they actually would like to do. We welcome all women. But like I said, and like Doc said, make sure that they're physically fit and able to stand up to the training that we have to offer each and every one of the women who chooses to come through our training academy. But we welcome them. Absolutely.
sounds good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have it here. It's Onna Bugeisha. First exclusive interview on Positive Vibes. I'm sure there may be many, many more interviews with the team. And, if you want to, get that scheduled, you can contact me. There's a website there, get information as to how you can have other interviews in the future. Thank you guys, ladies, and for being on Positive Vibes. And the positive, let's leave it a positive quote. We cannot come on Positive Vibes without leaving a positive quote about the first all-female executive protection team. One that will let you leave a positive note. What's the positive in that?
Okay, you kind of caught me off guard. Women empowerment. That's what I'm going to say. Women empowerment. And we're working together as a team. Now, how positive can you get with that? Women working together.
Amen. And we're going to dock you. I'm not leaving you out.
Let me leave it with this. Lovely and lethal.
Trying to get you over here. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, there you go.
Lovely
and lethal.
Lovely and lethal. Mm-hmm.
So if we see that on somebody's shirt, it started here, right? And then I will.
You don't have to get ready.
And then we'll go with Agent Marcella, and then we'll be done with the broadcast for today.
Well, the positive vibe is also what we provide to others. So your most loved ones, like family and your wife, and will be protected, which is like most valuable thing you have in your life is life of you and your family, and we are here to make them sound and safe.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for visiting Positive Vibes.
Thank you.
Had a great time. There's a lot of questions answered, and we'll probably have some more coming on. Some more questions coming after this. I'll forward them over to Doc. You're the director, agent in charge, chief. They'll come over to you. All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.